Welcome to the Lyons Share, the podcast where family, faith, football, finance, and fun come together. Join Mitch Lyons, former NFL player turned financial pro, as he shares insights and stories from his unique journey. From navigating the financial playbook to celebrating life's touchdowns, this podcast is all about living a balanced and fulfilling life. So buckle up your chin strap, say your prayers, and let's dive into the game plan for a prosperous future both on and off the field.
And welcome to the Lyons Share podcast, where we talk family, faith, football, finance, and fun. This is your Monday morning Lions on Lions version of the podcast. I'm your host, Mitch Lyons, and brought to you by, as always, by MitchLyonsWealth.com. Please check us out for all of our free book, movie, and other offerings, and learn how you can get your retirement of steel. Well, the Lions yesterday rolled into Cincinnati, and in a game that they were expected to win, 10.5-point favorites coming into the game over the Bungles, who have been struggling mightily since Joe Burrow went down with a toe injury, gotten completely annihilated the last couple of weeks in road games. So they were coming back to Cincinnati. But again, as a Lions fan, it's a game you should win. You didn't expect them to be pushed real hard by the Bengals. And we got pretty much what I thought we expected. Got on them early. Came down, took the ball, drove right down the field, felt really good about it. Jake Browning looked horrific for the Bengals in the first half. The Lions defense stifled him through, I think, 3 picks overall. But just we were sitting in the end zone, and I can kind of see some of the reads he's making and just horrible decisions on throwing the ball. So the Lions were the beneficiary of that. And so got the 14-0 lead. I really felt, and then they gave up a field goal at the end of the half to be 14-3. I really felt the game should have been a lot bigger spread at that point. Lions were a little clunky on offense that first half. I didn't feel like we really got into a rhythm after that first drive. But they did what they had to do, and extended that lead to 28-3. Felt great about it. And really, I thought the pass interference call on 4th down on Alex Anzalone was just an absolutely horrific call. Flag thrown late. Replay clearly showed there was no interference on that play. We don't get that flag, and it's 28-3. We got the ball on their side of the 50, and it's probably 35-3, and away we go. Instead, they turn around. They make a nice drive. Listen, Jamar Chase is a great player. He makes an unbelievable catch in the end zone for a touchdown, and then obviously took us deep on the bomb, which was inexcusable in that situation. You just cannot get beat deep when you're trying to protect a huge lead like that. So they made it somewhat interesting. It never was really a nail-biter. But I thought offensively, the offense, we didn't run the ball maybe as awesome as we are accustomed to, but they were efficient. They moved the chains down at the end when we needed to kill some time. I thought the defensive was pretty good. Obviously some miscues in that second half, but hey, the other team's got all pro players too, so tip your cap to them. But I thought they put pressure on the passer. Jake Browning was flustered all day. Got a couple sacks, had one safety at the end of the game there, had another one called back because of a penalty on Terrion Arnold, who, again, was flagged a couple more times. Got to be probably leading the NFL in flags at this point. I'm not giving up on the kid. I know a lot of people are down on him because of the flags, but I think he's going to be an okay player. I really do. He's learning, but I would like to see less flags, and especially in that situation. But overall, I mean, I think on offense, obviously Taylor Decker didn't play. Manu was in there for his first start. And, he got beat a couple times by Trey Hendrickson. I'd have to watch the whole film. But, I mean, obviously Trey Hendrickson's a great player in his own right. So he beats a lot of people. So I would want to see the whole game tape. You can't just judge it on a couple sacks he gave up. But, that's a tough spot to be put in when you're out on that island on left tackle and you're going against a guy like Hendrickson. So, but they got it done. They got the game won. You can only play who's on your schedule, and I think it's really important to note that these Lions, they remind me a lot of the San Francisco 49ers back when I played. It's a team it's the difference between good and elite. When you're playing a team like the Niners back then, or the Lions now, when they go on the road and they're playing a team that's lesser caliber than themselves, they don't let up. They come out, they get on you early, and they don't let up. And that's what you see with the Lions. They just kind of have that killer instinct. They don't take anybody lightly. Every game, and you can't. If you're going to be a great team in the NFL, you can't take people lightly. You see it time and again. You see yesterday that the Saints are 0-4, they get their first win. Titans are 0-4, they get their first win. It's everybody's pro football players out there. Everybody's got pride. Everybody's competitive. So if you're not ready and you're not locked in mentally, and especially if you turn the ball over, you're going to have a really hard time winning in the NFL. It's not easy to win an NFL game, and that's why you see teams, even after maybe it's an ugly win per se, you still see them celebrating in the locker room after the game because it's a win. You only get 17 cracks at it, and every one that you can put in the W column is great, and you have to enjoy that. And you see Dan Campbell talking about that a lot too, I think, when they're doing their little celebrations in the locker room. But so hey, here we go. The Lions are 4-1. Looking good atop the NFC North. Off to Kansas City next week. That'll be a tough one, a Sunday night game. Kansas City's getting healthy, and obviously Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and that's a tough place to play with the crowd. I was there last year for a Kansas City Chiefs Baltimore Ravens game. It's so loud. I played there a lot during my career. In fact, I ended my career there with my blown out knee. But it is probably the loudest stadium, and which is funny because it's open air, but it is loud and they're crazy fans. Tough place to win a game, but the Lions have already done it, so I don't think that they're going to be intimidated by that environment, and we'll see. It'll be a battle, but we sat in the end zone seats yesterday, and I have to say it was so enjoyable. I love that perspective because it's kind of like watching game film back in the day and watching the end zone copy and really seeing plays develop. I love that angle, and it just really made me appreciate how great Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jared Goff are. I mean, just watching the patience of Amon-Ra as he runs his routes, he's just impossible to guard man on man, one on one. And Goff just lets him do his thing. And Goff is so accurate. It's just really incredible. I mean, he's 19-23 again yesterday, 3 touchdowns. But we've gotten so spoiled and so accustomed to that. That's just his usual stat line, right? I mean, 19-23. People would pay a lot of money to have a QB like that. And granted, we're paying a lot of money to have a QB like that. But they're not a dime a dozen. And Jared Goff is special, man. And Amon-Ra is one of the best I've ever seen. Tip of the cap as well to Isaac Tesศ์. Got his first touchdown yesterday. Obviously, we've seen a couple spectacular catches to start his career, and now his third catch is a ho-hum touchdown. So that was fun to see for him. And the other thing on him, I'll say, I was watching him all game, just running down. He's the gunner on punt team, and that kid's playing, man. That's a tough spot to be at, and he is playing physical, and he's athletic, he's big, he's strong, and he's making plays on special teams too, which is fun to see. And it reminds me a lot. That's a thing that when I was with the Steelers, Hines Ward, he came in. And he didn't get a lot of snaps at receiver his rookie year, but he was a demon on special teams, running down kicks and being the gunner on punt team and running down on kickoffs and whatnot. And I see a lot of that, same qualities in St. Brown, in between Hines Ward and St. Brown, but I'm also seeing that with Isaac Tesศ์, playing his role his rookie year, but I really think that kid's got so much upside. I think he's going to be a spectacular player for the Lions, and he's going to make a lot of big plays in his career. So I'm looking forward to watching that develop over time. Fun to watch him. Kid out of West Michigan, where I'm from, and Hudsonville Unity Christian led him to a state title as a senior playing quarterback. And obviously everybody knows the story of going to Hillsdale for a few years and then transferring to Arkansas and finishing his career there. But Lions got a great pick. I know they moved up to get him. They saw his upside, his high ceiling, and I think he's going to be a fun kid to watch. So anyway, Lions do what they need to do. They are a better team than the Bengals, and it showed. And this schedule that was looking so tough, the road schedule, now they've gone to Baltimore, blown the doors off Baltimore, who's a team who is reeling. They look awful. The Lions, I think, started that slide for them. That entire division, the AFC North, looks pretty little suspect. My old Steelers look like they might be the team to beat in that division. But now the Lions go down. They take out a Cincinnati team, which obviously before the season you thought would be probably a tough game to win with Burrow in there. And I said back then, it looks tough now, but give it some time because it never plays out the way it does on paper in July or August, right? Because things happen, injuries happen. Maybe teams aren't as good as you thought they were going to be. And every year, every team's different than the previous year. So we're seeing that unfold a little bit. Kansas City, I think, is going to be a tough game for the Lions to win. I think it'll be a competitive game, but could go either way, frankly. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how they stack up in that environment. But all in all, a great victory. They're 4-1. They're doing what we thought they should be. Obviously, everybody had a quick panic attack after that in the first Green Bay game, but 4 wins in a row now. They've got things going, and here we go, Lions. So anyway, again, this episode brought to you by Mitch Lyons Wealth. Please subscribe, like this episode, and you can catch us every Monday. I'll have my Lions on Lions analysis as the Lions go through their long, arduous season, and hopefully, we can follow them all the way through to a Super Bowl win, and the state of Michigan would sure love that. But anyway, this is Mitch Lyons. Again, this episode brought to you by MitchLyonsWealth.com. Check us out at the website. You can get a free book, Retirement of Steel. You can get a copy of our movie, The Retirement Deception, and give us a call or book an appointment, and we'd love to chat with you about your retirement planning. Until next week, I'll take care and see you later. Go Lions.
Thank you for joining another episode of The Lion's Share. We hope you found value in our discussions on family, faith, football, finance, and fun. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you enjoyed the show. Connect with Mitch on all social media platforms at MitchLyonsWealth.com. Until next time, remember to protect your wealth, cherish your loved ones, and live life to the fullest.